Hello guys, I want us to look at how you can use Microsoft Access to create a library management system. So the system launches as you can see. Then you are supposed to key in the credentials there. Then once you do that, you'll be taken to the dashboard. So here we have the members borrowing module, whereby somebody may first of all be registered so that you can access the services. Then we have books details. This is whereby you key in the book details. Then we also have the daily fine calculations. This one will enable you to calculate the fine. For example, here it will give you the number of days. Then the number of days will be multiplied by a certain fee. Then we also have the members report, whereby you can see the registered members and their status, whether they are active or not. Also, you can see the total issued book. So far, we have issued 7. Then also, you can also be in a position to see the overdue, that is the overdue books and the number of days this person has stayed with the book. So the first thing is just to launch Microsoft Access. So first of all, I close this one. So right click, new, then go to Microsoft. Here we type our library management system. Then we launch Access. Once we launch Access, we now go ahead and continue doing our stuff. So enable, go to create, go to table design. Here we shall create the tables. So you can start by creating the books. So we have the books, the book ID. We then have the title. We have the title. We then have author ID. Then we have whether the book is of this type. Then we have publication date. This is date and time. Then we have the publisher. We shall have the publisher. We then have the shelf location. We also have now the available copies. Available copies. This should be number. Then we have the book ID. This is author number and the primary key. Then we have the title should be text. Author ID. This one should be number. This one should be foreign key from another table. Then we have search. So from here, we just go to right click, save. This is the books. Then we close this one. We go to the next table, create. Then we have the author. We have the author ID. Author ID, this one should be author number and primary key. Author number and the primary key. Then we shall have the first name. Then we shall have the last name. Then we shall have the country, like that. So right click, go to save. Then we have others. We proceed to the next table, create. We go to table design. Then here we have the members. We have member ID. We then have this is author number and primary key. Then we have the first name, name, first name of the user. You can also have the last name. You can have date of birth. This is date and time. This is date of birth. Then we proceed. We have the phone number. We have the phone. Then we have after the phone, you can have the email. You can also have address. You can also have membership. Membership date. This is date and time. Then you can also have active status. Active status. Then active status should be yes or no. Then we don't have any other data type for that case, so save this one as members or membership. Then proceed, create another table. The next table is borrowing, so you have borrowing ID. This is outer number and primary key. Then we have book ID. This can be number and also should be a foreign key. Then we have member ID. Member ID again. This is the member borrowing. Also, this one is a foreign key. Then we proceed. The next one is borrow date. This is borrow date. This is date and time. Then we have due date. This is again day and time. Then we have return date. Return date. We have return date. Then we have overdue. That is overdue. This one can be currency. That is, we have that one. So I save this one. This is borrowing. Then you also need to create another table. You can create another table. So this is the journals. This is journal ID, and then this outer number and the primary key. Then we have the gene name. This can be the primary key. So this is the genes are across that one. Proceed. The next one is staff table. We have staff table. So here, just go to staff ID, auto number and the primary key. Then you have first name. Then we have last name. Then we have position. Then we have hire date. This is date and time. We have phone number. Then we have email. So that is that date. So this one is for the staff. Then just to proceed, we create our RAS table. This one is our RAS table. So you have the publisher ID, auto number and primary key. We have publisher name. Then we have contact, contact email. Then we have phone, phone number. This one you can write in full, phone number. Then after doing that, you can also have the address like that. So these are the table structures. These are the table structures that we need to have. So from here, now we can go ahead and create the relationships. So save this one. This one is publishers. You can also create a table. This is a login table to be used later on. Now, the next thing is to create relationships. You create a relationship just like I have done here. So you'll notice that there is relationship. Just drag and drop the table. So this is how the relationship looks like. So we have every table is related to each other by help of relationship. So you just drag and drop. This is the relationship. So I save my relationship. Now the next thing is to move on to queries. So we shall create a first query, book availability. That is book availability. So we need to go to create, then query design. Here I need to have the author. So authors. This is the design. Select the title. We shall go to books here. So from here, I will choose the title of the book. I will choose the author. That is author ID. Availability copies, available copies. That is available copies. So here, in the available copies, we shall write greater than 0. That is our criteria, greater than 0. So this is our criteria. Then from there, this is books availability. Books availability, like that. So that is our first query. This is our first query, books availability. You see now, it will show you the books available since we have said number of copies to be greater than 0. Then we proceed to the next query. The next query is overdue books. So you just go to query design. This time round, we shall use the borrowing. That is borrowing table here. So in the borrowing table, I have to have the title. That is the we have the title of the book. Just a confirmation. So here we shall have. We want to see over. That is the books. That is books overdue. So we can still select more tables and include the book so that you can have the book title. Then we have member name or member ID here, and just have the member ID. And then due date. This is borrowing date, return date, due date, like that. Also, you can include over that is. Then let me just run it. So these are the books, member ID, date borrowed. Then we have the the, the, the date, due date. So here we shall go back to this one, go to where return date here. Return date, we type is null. Let's see what happens. Is null means blank. You see now, overdue books. That is return 0. It will just return that there is no book that is overdue. So go back to return date. Return date is null. I have done that. And due date here. Due date should be less than today. Date like that should be less than date like that, so that when I run, you see now it will be in a position to show me the books that are overdue. So this is, you just go to overdue books. This is overdue. Then we proceed to the next query. The next query is member borrowing history. So create, go to query design. This time around, we shall have the membership, and also borrowing. So these are the tables I have. So here, I need to do this. So I go to member name. We can just use member ID. We have the first name and the last name. Then the title of the book. This one should be gotten from books. So title of the book. Then you shall have borrow date, that is borrow date, and return date, and also return date. Then we go to this point, we run it. So this is what we have. This is our query. So just save it as member borrowing history. That one will be showing us the way the books are being borrowed. Then we have top borrowed books. Create, go to query design. You want to indicate the top borrowed books. So we shall go to borrowing. So you can have this one. So we shall go to borrowing. Now we have the title of the book. Then borrowing ID, book ID, borrowing ID. This one can be borrowing ID. And then we shall go to this point, hit the sigma, that one, group by. So group by here, we shall count the book ID here. Shall use count like that. And then this one, this one we are sorting. You sort in descending order like that. Let's see what we have. So you see, it is now showing the number of books that are available. So this one is the top borrowed books. Then we shall have the final query. The final query is daily fine calculation. So here we shall go to member, create. Then we go to design. Then we go to member name, membership, like that. So we have first names, last name, that is the member's name, the title of the book, and then we shall calculate now the overdue days, Here, you can have the first name, title of the book. So here we need to have the date of borrowing. This is borrowing. So we shall have date borrowed, due date, return date. Then we shall have the overdue fine. Let's see. So here, what I'm supposed to do is to calculate the number of days. You can calculate the number of days. Then we can multiply by a certain figure. So borrow date minus return date. Here, you can erase this. We want to see number of days. So the number of days here will be gotten from borrow date. Should be return date minus borrow date. So here we shall have the return date minus borrow date, like that. So here we shall be in a position to see the number of days. This person, you see, we have the number of days. Now, having the number of days, you can multiply it with a defined. You can multiply it with a certain figure that can be decided by the management. So here we have the overdue here. So it can be, you can have total fine. Total fine is now is number of days. Number of days multiplied by overdue fine, like that. So now when I save, I can be in a position to see the multiplication is being calculated well. So from here, having all the queries, we can now proceed to create the reports. So availability, books availability, just hit on report. We're in a position to see a report. This is books availability. You can edit it as you wish. Books available. Then you can have daily fine, create report. You can see our daily fines. For such case, you can just reduce these ones. You can reduce the sizes of these, like that. Now it will fit. My report will fit well. So daily fine. So we have our daily fine like this. That is our next report. You can also proceed to members borrowing history. Just to hit this one, it will again create this report for you. So we can still reduce the size. Can reduce the size like that, so that you can have our report. Now here you need to increase this like that. Now there we are. So you have this one. So again, this is the next report. So in case you want to see the top books borrowed, just go to report like that. You'll be in a position to see the count of borrowing 1111. There are 7 books that has been So the next thing is to design. You can design the forms. Like for example, you can just come to this point, create, then you hit on form, like that. This is our form for books availability. So you just need to reduce these ones. These ones are so big. They are wide. You don't need to have all that. Like that. Like that. Then you can also give them a clear finish. You can change the color like that. Again, make it upper and model like that. So this is books availability. And when I come to this point, you see now I can be in a position to maneuver available copies, the search, so somebody can borrow. Then we have the next one, day finds, create. Just go to, sorry, I want us to create the daily, create the daily find, create form. You want to have the daily finds. You can also do the same to these ones. Form, can make them black like that. Again, you can reduce the sizes of this, just like I'm doing. Again, this way. You can change that way. Then you may opt to add buttons, create, design, use this one button in case you want to use your own buttons. Like for example, next, text, finish, like that. You can add these buttons, just like I have shown you. Just get it here, design, take this one, you can draw it here. The wizard pops up, like that. So, you see now I have these buttons. Again, make this one model, here, pop up and model, so that it can accept to have a good finish, you see. You see now these one's buttons are working, like that. Then we also have the membership, that is the membership history. Membership history, create a form. You can be in a position to see the history of how members are borrowing. So again, do the same. Just reduce the size to make it nice. Like that. Also give it a clear finish. Like that. You can also give it a different color. Don't forget to make it pop up and model like that. Lastly, we create another form. We create another form for capturing members, where you can capture members. You can create as many forms as possible. So this is our main form where we shall capture. This is very important. This is where we shall capture the members. So after doing this, you need to go to this, or remove this one, like that, so that when I run this form, it will display all the records here. So here you can just first of all increase this to get somewhere to handle, like that. So this one remains like that, so that we cannot tamper with the sub form. So let it be like that to avoid tampering with the sub form. So this is what I have. See now, I can now create this one. You can just trace these buttons down here. In the case of hiding, this is for new blank record. Instead of adding them, you can still do that. Then after having done this one, you may need now to complete the function of this. So go to create, go to form in design. This is a blank form like this. This is a blank form. Once you go to a blank form like this, you can just decide to put your tables here, your forms here. Next, here is open form. Next, membership example. Next, open form. Here you can just write members entry. That is our first form. Shall have a members entry. Design again. Click on the same button like that. Go to open form like that. You want books availability. Next. Here just type books availability. Books availability. Again, you can do the next button here. Form operations, open form. Next, maybe daily fines. This is fines. Daily fines. Next, finish. Again, bring this one here. Like that. So these are my forms. I can just go and take this AA rebel and do it here, forms. Then can increase the font size. Forms like that. Again, design format like that. You can also change the color of these ones. Again, take the reports on the other side. You can have your reports here. Reports. So on the reports, do the same here. Can increase this one, reports. Then design, hit this button again, draw, go to report operations, open report. Next, books availability. This is books availability report. Finish. So we have our file there. You can also add as much buttons as you wish. So we go to report operations, open report. Next, members borrowing history. This is borrowing history. Like that. Now, once you are done, you can now give this one. You can add as many buttons as possible. Then here, just give it a clear finish like this. So, like now, this is my main form. So when I run here, I can be in a position to operate. I'm in a position to operate everything at a glance, you see, at a glance. So I'll be now maneuvering from here. When I want to see the report, you see, I'll be just be maneuvering from one screen. So this is now the report that I'm supposed to have. Guys, thank you very much for watching. Remember to subscribe, and also if you need some of these materials, you can just WhatsApp me. My contacts are below this video.